Welcome back to REB Auto. My name is Russell. Today I want to introduce a new project car to the channel. It's a 1986 Camaro. It's my dad's car, and he's had it for over 10 years. He got it. It had a 305 700 R4, and it is a hardtop car. So drove around for a little bit like that, and he always wanted a LS swap. So he got a Gen 3 6.0. It has 317 heads, and this project was started years ago, long before Holly Terminator X ever came out, and the factory tuning was definitely black magic to me, and still is. But so we decided at the time that we would go carburetor. So this has a single plane intake, a Holly 750 double pumper, and the ignition is controlled through a MSD6 LS box. So long story short, it also, when the 6.0 was put in, the rear suspension was upgraded to a Spawn torque arm, and the rear end was upgraded to a forward 9-inch with a true track and 373 gears. So fast forward many years, it was a fun little street car. Did okay on the drag strip. Never really got to run what we thought it should. The original goal was for this car to be a nitrous car. So back during COVID, Dad had nitrous put on it by a shop. They installed the small 1-gallon fuel cell under the hood, and it has a wet kit with its own fuel pump. And so we sprayed it a couple times. It ran okay, but not quite what we wanted to. And now the reason that it's in my shop, Dad is not able to race anymore, so he was looking to sell it. I wanted to get it tuned up real good before we sold it. Had a real bad bog to the carburetor, so I took the carburetor off and went through it, cleaned it up, put it back on. And me being a stick shift guy, I did not get the TV cable adjusted correctly, and resulting, I burnt up third gear on the 700 R4. So instead of fixing the 700 R4, I decided that we would swap in a Powerglide. Dad always wanted a Powerglide in this car, so figured why not. This car has become more strip than street here lately anyway, so it has aluminum Kirkies in it, which aren't the most comfortable seats in the world. It'd probably be a little better if they had a little padding. So I've been collecting parts to do the Powerglide swap. So far, I think it's pretty simple. The car already had a B&M Pro, I think it's a Pro ratchet shifter. So found out that you add a pin to it to switch it from a 4-speed down to a 2-speed, and then I had to buy a new bracket for it. The bracket part number was 70460, and that's for the shifter cable to bolt to the Powerglide. And luckily, the Powerglide already had a B&M bracket on it. This Powerglide was said to be just freshened up, and it has a transbrake on it. So looking forward to that. Never had a transbrake car before. Never had a automatic car with a performance torque converter. And so since I didn't really know anything about it, I looked at some of the online spec sheets to order custom converters and decided that I would just go with the JEGS XHD converter just to get me started. And if that doesn't work out, maybe we'll have enough information by then to spec a custom converter. So other than that, probably not going to show all the work because that just takes a lot of time. I'll be back with you in just a little bit. All right, so here's the torque converter. I'm going to try to get it in there. I put a little bit of fluid in it. Probably could use some more, but I'm probably gonna spill some anyway. This Powerglide has been upgraded to a turbo shaft, so it'll use the same torque converter as a turbo 350. So it took me a minute to get the torque converter in. I ended up taking it off the transmission jack, setting it on the floor, which was a little more stable. Spun it till it went all the way in. I took a dial caliper and measured the distance that the flex plate sticks out from the back of the block, and made sure I had more than that here. So I've already mocked this up once, so I know it fits. The other thing that I'm using is, I did have to go buy these new fittings for the transmission cooler lines. They are 1/8 inch pipe plug to 5/16 line, which so I can retain the original transmission cooler lines. So one of the things I was going to do off camera, but I forgot to, so we'll go ahead and do it together, is I'm going to flush the coolant lines. Never done this before, so it might be interesting. I think it looks like they got quite a bit of fluid still in them. That's not working very well. Come back in a minute. Well, I don't know that there's any fixing to this. Looks like the top was supposed to be one piece, is now two pieces. So there's no way this is going to seal up. I may be able to glue it back together. Otherwise, this can's junk. Anyway, I'm gonna work on this and I'll come back another day.